What do you do when the face you love most stretches into a monster? The night was quiet, but not gentle. The kind of silence that grips the throat. A tea house flickering with dim candlelight. Paper walls breathing with the wind. And through the thin slats of a half-open shoji door, her neck began to rise. It wasn't fast. It didn't need to be. It unfurled like a lie-taking shape. Slow, careful, endless. The body stayed kneeling. Still beautiful, fragile in the shadows. But the head rose above her shoulders, lifting like a puppet cut from gravity. Eyes wide, lips slightly parted, hair floating like it was underwater, and her neck longer than a snake, longer than a dream, stretching into the ceiling like it would never stop. Flesh twisted into something that should not exist. Something wrong. They call them Rokurokubi. They say you only see them when it's too late. She wasn't always like this. She laughed. She sang. She held her child to her breast with hands that smelled of plum blossom and old incense. Her husband adored her. Her neighbors brought her tea. But at night, something else woke in her bones. She didn't ask for it. She didn't even know. Not at first. It started with strange dreams. Her neck tugging in her sleep. A weightlessness she couldn't explain. Waking with her jaw sore. Her hair wet, blood on her collar. Then came the voices. Whispers curling into her ear like warm breath. And the cravings. Not for food. Not for flesh. For secrets. For things that shouldn't be seen. She began to slip from her body. Her husband never noticed the first time. She left her skin kneeling in bed beside him. Perfect and still. And her head floated across the room like a shadow with eyes. Slipping through walls. Bending down staircases. Peering into locked boxes, stolen letters, private prayers. She became hunger without reason. Curiosity sharpened into obsession. The kind that doesn't stop until it's choked on its own shame. She saw too much. She found the neighbor's hidden blade, stained with his brother's blood. She found the monk whispering oaths with a woman not his own. She found her sister, buried beneath the floorboards, still breathing. And each time she saw, her neck grew longer. The curse fed on knowing. The villagers never saw her head in the rafters. Not at first. Just a feeling. Cold breath on the nape. A rustle that wasn't the wind. A sliding sound along the ceiling like something long and wet slithering across wood. They told themselves it was rats. Dreams. Maybe sake. Until the baby went missing. Until old Taro was found hanging from a beam with his eyes gouged out. Until someone saw her body, sitting peacefully in the tea house, and her face, watching from a roof. No one wanted to believe it. Not her. Not the quiet, smiling woman who served them soup and bowed too low, too often. But her smile stayed too still. Her eyes stayed too wide. And her voice, it began to echo from places her mouth wasn't. Then came the night her husband followed her. She had been sleeping, he thought, but her breath was too even, too perfect. He leaned in, heart pounding, and then he saw it. Her neck rising spine first, like something crawling backward out her throat. Her head floated upward, eyes open and blind, jaw twitching. She passed through the ceiling like mist. He didn't scream. He couldn't. He followed, slowly, step by step, breath shaking like dead leaves. And when he reached the hallway, he looked up. She was looking down, her face just inches from his, hanging from the ceiling, lips pulled too wide, neck stretching down like a rope made of meat and memory. Her eyes, still hers, but not. All the warmth gone, all the love stripped away. What was left stared through him. And then she smiled. That was when he ran. Not because she attacked, not because she spoke, because she didn't. Because she watched him run and made no move to stop it. Because her smile followed him into every dream after that. Because she let him go, but not because she wanted to. Because she wanted him to live with what he saw. The curse isn't always born. Sometimes it's earned. They say Rokurokubi are women who broke their vows, who betrayed their families, who dare to want too much. But that's what men say, twisting guilt into horror. Truth is, some of them were just lonely. Some were wronged. Some were hurt so badly they spliff in their own bodies just to stop feeling. They stretch in the night because that's when no one listens. And sometimes they stretch too far. A girl once wrote about her mother, how she woke up in the middle of the night to find her talking to herself in the mirror, her neck bending behind her like a snake curled to strike. She never blinked. She never looked away. The next day, her mother couldn't speak. Her voice was gone. But the girl kept hearing whispers in her ear while she slept. Don't look behind you. The stories keep growing, like necks that never stop, like grief that keeps rising long after the tears are dry. You can burn the house. You can bury the bones. But if a woman's rage is quiet enough, sad enough, forgotten enough, it finds a way to rise. And when it does, it bends. It curves through midnight halls and creaking wood. It slides through cracks in the window and brushes your cheek when no one's there. It lingers in the corner of your eye, just out of reach. You'll never know if she's there until you feel her breath on your throat.